G'day folks. So with the current state of Star Wars being so bad, is it just me or do the prequels not seem as terrible anymore? I hated them for a long time, but the more I think about it now, I actually am starting to have nostalgic feelings towards the prequels. You know, I mean, episode 1 is 20 years old now, but wow, that time really flew, didn't it? But the more I look back, the less negative my thoughts are about it. Yes, they were cartoonish, and you know, a lot of the acting was a bit stilted, and the dialogue was very, very on the nose in some scenes, especially the sand-related ones. But the story, you think about the story of the prequels, man, that was one hell of a story. If you really want to see it summed up perfectly, I mean, there's a Alex Jones rant about it, and he sums it up in like 3 minutes flat, the overarching story of the prequels. I'll link it in the description. But yeah, the story of the prequels is fantastic, and it plays out so well over 3 movies. It's just that the execution was a little bit, you know, a little bit subpar. You know, George Lucas is a brilliant storyteller, he's just not the best director, that's all. And they were a bit, you know, CGI heavy. They'd look a lot better if they were done now with modern CGI. It would look less cartoony. But, I mean, Ewan McGregor turned in a great performance. I loved him as Obi-Wan. That was great casting. I loved Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon as well. You know, so it's funny. The prequels are sort of like, you know, a gem inside a shitty coating, right? So the veneer is a little bit, you know, the veneer is a little bit dodgy, but the inside is really quality. And the sequels, the sequel trilogy is the complete opposite. It's, you know, a turd inside a polished exterior. That's what it is. The heart and soul of the new movies is garbage. And the heart and soul of the prequels is, you know, solid gold. That's the way I feel about the dynamic between the two trilogies now. Obviously, the original trilogy is untouchable. It sits, in my opinion, far above the rest. All 3 trilogies combined, the original is just way up there. But creeping up behind it now, in second place, is the prequel trilogy. And it ain't that far behind anymore. Not like it used to be. I used to think it was real shit, you know? I loved episode 1 when it first came out because I was really young. I was blown away by the pod race and all that. But then the more, you know, it sort of soured on me when the sequels came out. But, you know what? Episode 1, I'll give it, out of the 3, this is an unpopular opinion, out of the 3 prequels, I find episode 1 to be the most entertaining and the most watchable. Even with Jar Jar in it, like, you know, so heavily. But yeah, Revenge of the Sith, is a darker film, but yeah, it doesn't do it for me as much as episode 1 does. Who would have thought that, eh? My favorite out of the 3 is the Phantom Menace. Yeah, it's not as bad as I used to think it was, and it's got the best saber fight out of all of them. It's just a shame Darth Maul was, you know, killed off in the first movie. He would have been a great villain to sort of, you know, flesh out over 3 movies. Or even 2 movies, you know. But I'm not gonna criticize the prequels as much anymore because they don't deserve the hate that they've gotten over the years. I don't think. Nowhere near. Not now in hindsight that I've seen what Disney has done to, you know, the Star Wars universe. The prequels look like a breath of fresh air compared to that. Seriously. Jake Lloyd's performance is bloody Oscar worthy compared to some of the crap we've gotten in the new movies. You know, I know that sounds a bit hyperbolic, but hey, I just says it as I sees it, folks. And you know what? Everyone shits all over Jar Jar Binks. I don't hate him so much anymore, especially since the Darth Jar Jar theory came out. That would have been fantastic. Maybe I'll talk about that in another video more in depth, because that was really interesting. I was hoping that The Force Awakens would go down that angle, but I should have known they were never going to do anything really interesting. That would have been a bridge too far for J.J. Abrams, I guess. So, I don't know what else to say, but the prequels are way better than the sequels, and I don't hate them as much anymore because of what Disney's done to Star Wars. So there you go. Mission accomplished, J.J. Abrams. Maybe George Lucas hired you all along to make us love the prequels more. If that was the case, George Lucas, genius. Well done. I salute you, because you've accomplished what you were hoping for, if that was your intention. I like to think it was. It gives some actual meaning and purpose to the sequels, at least. All right, folks, I'll leave it there. Not much else to say. So, please, like, share, and subscribe. Leave me some comments if you are so inclined. God bless you all. And I'll see yous later.